control computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. How are ye? Morning, Jamie. How are you? Alright, let me just adjust this. Right, let me just find my pencils. I want a cold grade 2 and a warm grade 2. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Actually, I'm saying I'm not too bad. I'm just saying that to be polite. I'm just I'm just having one of those sort of, even though I haven't really done anything, that whole social battery thing, I'm just sort of kind of feeling a little bit sort of a little bit drained today. You know how it goes. Yeah, I'm fine. I feel fine. It's, you know, it's just I get like this more in winter. I think it's just that whole sort of what do they call it? That seasonal affective thing. I just feel drained more than anything else. It's just one of those things. It will pass. The warm grey, actually. But coming on here and doing this does actually help. So it gives me something to concentrate on. It gives me something else to sort of like, I focus on this rather than anything else, and that sort of helps. So it's all good. I was having a look on the news, well, not the news, but I saw that something popped up on my TikTok about Timothy Chalamet turning up at the Game Awards, and how a game called Baldur's Gate like won all of the awards. So I sort of course I had to go and have a look to see what it was. But when you go on Steam and look for Baldur's Gate, there are just so many bits and pieces, and it's like, which one do you get? I'm just trying to marking little bits of shadow on this tummy, just so it's not like a plain expanse of white, but just to sort of, it just ruffles up some of the feathers and just makes it less of a smooth white surface. If you put in the hint of some of the feathers being ruffled, then the human eye sort of fills in the rest. So I just put in a few shadows here and there. Anyway, how was your weekend? Rather than listening to me waffling on about stuff, did you do anything nice? Right, so we need a little hint of orange on this belly, and I think the lightest orange, that's dark chrome yellow. I don't want yellow. Is this orange glaze? Cadmium orange. Where's the orange glaze? Which one do I think? Probably this one. It's just ever such a light orange glow on the underside of this belly from these orange feet. Then it's not all just like the white colour, there's something else that's there. Oh no, I need to leave that out to list my colours, don't I? Right. managed to order a few extra Christmas prezzies yesterday, and I feel so much better about that, because trying to buy Christmas presents for 4 adult children is so difficult. But the hardest one of the 4 to buy for is Jared, because Jared is very much a quiet, private person, and it takes ages, and I mean ages, to get an answer out of him as to what sort of thing he might want for Christmas. You'll ask him and he'll just go, that's the only answer that you sort of get. It's just sort of like, don't know, a sort of grumble, or no answer at all, or you normally get silence, or a shrug, or something, and it's just so hard to pick anything for him. I mean, James you can generally guess at, because he will actually tell you what he wants. Jack has usually got some idea. Becca's easier, just because she's a girl, quite frankly, and there's just so many things that I know that she likes, because Becca and I will often sit and have a chat about things. Alright, so 1 vote for each, so that's not really... What should I draw next? Something with coloured pencils or something with ink? I got 1 vote for each. Okay, that doesn't exactly help me decide, but thank you. But thank you to everyone who voted. So yeah, Becca and I will very often sit and talk about things that we like, or things that we're doing, and we'll put the world to rights. And actually, I just need to bring that down a little bit. And so I sort of know the things that Becca wants, because we've talked about them many, many times. Jack has no qualms about letting you know what he wants, what he'd like. But Jared... So it should be a mix between pencil and pen. Morning, Faisal. Yeah, clearly. A mixed media piece. I suppose I could always try and do the... Oh god, I could try and do that scary wolf piece that I wanted to do. Let me show you the one, because I've already got it. I've already got it marked out. Hang on. Try and find it. Not that one. This one, with the wolves running through the snow, and do the wolves in coloured pencil, and then maybe do the trees in the background, because it's against the snow, in ink. Maybe. Do a mixed media piece and do like oh god, everything's falling over, like a trial and error, and just sort of, because people do that, right? They do mixed media in their art. I shouldn't feel restricted, but oh my god, that would be so nerve-wracking, because what if it looked awful? What if it looked awful? Oh well, we shall see. I shall think about that some more. But yes, anyway, was I saying about Christmas presents? So I got up yesterday morning and I said to Nick, I said, I feel like I'd filled in some of the stockings because I'd wrapped some more of the stocking fillers and I put them in their individual stockings downstairs and realised that James had got half a stocking's worth, Becca had got half a stocking's worth, Jack had got half a stocking's worth, and Jared had got one item in his stocking because he's just so hard to buy for. And I was just like, I'm not... Every year we have this. Every single year we have this thing where I feel like we let Jared down. I know we don't, because he has a good Christmas. And he always says that he has a good Christmas, but I still feel like... I said to Nick yesterday that I didn't want to just get Jared things just to fill the space. I wanted him to feel like his presents were considered, that they were well thought out. Because, hey, this is the sort of pressure I like to put on myself. So we had a really big sort of chat about it yesterday morning and talked about the things that we know he's mentioned before, a long, long time ago. And so we were like, right, let's go with that, because, you know, he's not told us anything else. So I ordered him a couple of items yesterday, and they should be coming today. If Amazon Prime does its wonders. But who knows at Christmas, right? And hang on, let me just move this up a bit because it's very low. And there's a dark bit there. Because there's one on the other side, isn't there? Yeah, there you go. And yeah, so they should be coming today. But then last night he came downstairs, and because we'd obviously been talking about it, he came downstairs for his dinner and we went, Jared, what do you want for Christmas? And he instantly said something, which was miraculous because he never instantly says something. He normally, like I said before, he'll be like, oh, don't know, I'll think about it. And then you don't hear anything for months. So he instantly said something. So it was like, oh, right, okay. Fabulous. Tell us which one you want, point it out, and we'll get it for Christmas. So now I feel like the pressure of what to get Jared is now off my shoulders. I know he's going to have something that he really wants under the tree, and there's also going to be the 2 items that we bought for him before he told us anything. And I so like to get that bit right, because for me, as I've said to you before, the best bit for me on Christmas morning, well, at Christmas, full stop, is just sitting and watching my kids opening stuff up. That's all I need. It's just the fun of that hour where they're sat in the lounge in a circle opening up their presents, and I don't need to be opening anything myself. All I want to do is just sit there with my cup of tea, of course, and just sit there in the middle, and I sort of look at each of them as they're opening their presents, and that is the best part of Christmas for me. It's not the presents per se, it's watching them opening their presents. And I really want Jared to enjoy what he's getting, so that was that yesterday. So hopefully they'll come today. I'll get them wrapped. Alright, let's go on to these orangey feet. Let me take away some of this pencil mark just so it's not so stark. So this I'm using is the Cadmium Orange. I'm just going to use this as my base layer. What sort of weather has everyone got? We've had, over the weekend, it was horrendous. It was a deluge of rain non-stop for 2 days. And, oh, yesterday morning, guys, I got up, I went downstairs, did the animals, opened the back door so the dogs could go out. And then sort of like came in, did my little advent jigsaw and everything, went upstairs to get dressed. And obviously Nick and I then had our big conversation about what we're going to get Jared for Christmas, and that we were up there for ages talking about, well, what about this? What do you think about this? And it was like, no, I don't think he wants that. What about this? And we were up there for about 55 minutes just talking about Jared quietly in our room. And at the end I was sort of like, oh well, okay, I'm gonna go downstairs now because there's things that need to be done. Went downstairs, forgot all the time the storm is raging outside. Went downstairs, and when you come down the bottom of our stairs you can look straight through the kitchen, straight through to the dining room and the back door. It's like in this one big long line, and the back door was still left open, and my dining room was flooded with rainwater. It was horrendous. I mean, thank God I don't have carpeted floors in my dining room, but it was wooden floors. And oh, it was horrendous. I had to lay down all these towels. My towels had to then go straight in the wash because it obviously been laid on the floor, and it was so dangerous. The dining room floors, it was like, don't anybody go in there because the floor's like really slippy, and I don't want anyone sliding on these wet towels and things. And it was like, just because I'd forgotten to close the back blooming door. Oh, what a mess. I have been working in the middle of the desert the last 2 weeks, so it's 27 degrees Celsius. Oh, 27 sounds wonderful right now, Faisal. I know we were talking at the weekend about, I think you said it was like 23 when we were playing Valo, and that would be so nice for us now. Though obviously in the summer when it is 27, I'll do nothing but complain about it. But 27 just seems so nice right now. You're going to finish the project today, hopefully. Oh, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Right, so now I need more of a sort of reddy orange colour. So let me just have a look at those. I think this one, Scarlet Red, or let me do this light Cadmium Red. This might be the better colour. So I went Christmas shopping in the rain, and that was just a nightmare because everyone was just so rude and horrible. Couldn't walk the dog Saturday at all because it was just absolutely horrendously tipping it down, and then yesterday it tipped it down really, really bad until about 2-3 o'clock, and then the sun came out, so I very quickly took the dog for a walk, managed to get her out. But this morning skies are clear, we've got lovely blue skies, so I think I need to get out in the sunshine. Once I've done this, I'll probably have lunch, and then I'll get Rosie out in the sunshine and go for a lovely, lovely long walk, I think. I'm currently working while doing a fire protection cloth, so I'm feeling double the heat. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. When you say you're working a fire protection cloth, what does... Oh, wearing. Oh, I see, right, okay. Okay, wearing a fire protection cloth. Okay, so the question is then, because I'm nosy, why do you have to wear a fire protection cloth? What is it that you're actually having to do? Autocorrect, yeah, I know, autocorrect's a pain in the butt. Just because I'm nosy. It's the rule when you work in a data center. Really? Oh, okay. I've been very disappointed over the weekend with two of the books that I got from the library. So I tried reading Night Music by Jojo Moyes. I finished Layla and the Blue Fox, and that was just so good. I really liked the moral in the story. I mean, it was obviously aimed at children, right? But it was such a beautifully illustrated book. I read it anyway. And it was based on the true story of the scientist who tracked an Arctic blue fox just to sort of see how far it travelled. But the story itself actually centred on Layla, who is this Syrian refugee who had obviously escaped Syria and come to the UK. But her mum couldn't settle, and her mum went off to Norway and left Layla to stay with her auntie in the UK while her mum went to Norway. And the mum was the scientist that was tracking this blue fox. But you also got the story from the fox's point of view. And this fox walked for like 2,700 miles in total, obviously over a series of weeks and days. And there was very much a theme of this fox could cross borders, escape the situation that it was in, and cross borders freely to find something better. Whereas a human cannot cross borders freely without, passport control and immigration and, all of this. And in the end, well, I don't want to give anything away, but something happens to the mum in the story that sort of really sort of rides home this message. And it was such a beautiful story at the end of it. I mean, obviously, like I say, it was aimed at children, so it didn't go too deep. It didn't go into the distressing details that it could have done. But it was such a beautiful story, and it really makes you think. Even as an adult, it really sort of makes you think about immigration and refugees and all that sort of political hotspot territory, if you know what I mean. So that was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed it for that. And there was at the back of the book was lots of extra information and things, and telling you about the real story, and it was just really, really good. But then I went on to read Night Music by Jojo Moyes, which is one of her earlier books. And I couldn't get into it. I read about the first 75, 80 pages, and I couldn't. You know how normally if you're going to follow a character, if you're going to follow a main character, you have to at least like them or be intrigued by them or their situation and the little breadcrumbs that the author is dropping, so that there's something that just sort of holds your attention, and I just wasn't getting that. And life's too short, right, to keep on reading books that you just don't really enjoy. So I DNF'd that one. And so then I thought, right, I'm going to read Neil Gaiman's one, the Anansi Boys, which I really had high hopes for. It's about the trickster god, Anansi. And couldn't get into that one either. I just couldn't really drum up any sympathy for the main character. And I was just like, ugh. I'm just not forcing myself to keep reading this. So I stopped. So then I began this morning Fairy Tale by Stephen King, and of course instantly got into that within like 3 pages. So hopefully that sort of holds my attention for the rest of the book. I feel really disappointed that the rest of it didn't. The others that I picked anyway, because I was so excited coming home from the library with 4 books. Oh, guess what I started making, chat? This will probably only appeal to Natalie because she likes crocheting, but I actually started making mango a dog jumper. I found this free pattern and I was like, oh, mango would look cute in that. So, because when I was out Christmas shopping on Saturday, I saw a variety of Christmas outfits for little dogs, and none of them did I think would fit Mango or look cute on her. And then I sort of came home and I watched this YouTube video of someone who I have not watched for years, and they always used to do Vlogmas, and one of their Vlogmas videos just sort of came up on one of my suggested videos on YouTube, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember you. I've not watched you for ages, and I just sort of watched it because I know she always does Vlogmas beautifully and makes her house look amazing. And I was watching that, and it was literally right before we put up our own tree, and I was watching that, and she is a designer of like crochet and knitting patterns, and so she shows a lot of her creative makes and things that she does. So she does a lot of her decorations for her house or things that she has made, whether that's sewing, knitting, crochet, whatever. And she just happened to show her dog wearing this thing, and I was like, oh, that's cute. And I looked on her page and there was the pattern and it was free. So I was like, right, okay, I'm making that for Mango. So I've done the bit around her neck and her shoulders. I've split for her 2 front feet, and I've done the little belly strap, and now I'm just doing the tummy bit, and then once I've done that, then I've just got to do the bit that goes down towards the end of her tail. But I'm so happy about it because it's so cute. It looks so cute on her. So when it is done, I will take a picture of Mango wearing it. Because it's cute. Right, just need to situate this. Right. Other foot. Did everyone watch the new Doctor Who? I didn't. and for really silly, strange reasons, but they made sense to me in my head. Because David Tennant is my favourite Doctor. Growing up, my Doctor was Tom Baker. So I really loved the Tom Baker years with K9 and all of that. That was my Doctor. And then when Doctor Who started again with Christopher Eccleston, I really enjoyed it, but really enjoyed it when David Tennant was Doctor. I just felt like he made a really good Doctor Who. And I was so sad when he decided to leave the franchise and it became Matt Smith. And I watched all of Matt Smith's episodes into Peter Capaldi, but then Peter Capaldi didn't really hit Doctor vibes for me, so I just sort of stopped watching it. But David Tennant I really, really loved, and I knew that they were bringing him back for like this special before Ncuti became the new Doctor. And I kind of wanted to watch it because it's David Tennant, right? And he's my favourite Doctor. But I knew he was only coming back for a short time, and I didn't want the sadness of watching him regenerate again into somebody else. And so I chose not to watch it because I knew it was just for this really sort of short period of time. And I didn't want sadness, so I didn't watch it. But what I did watch yesterday that was really good, and I can't believe I'd not watched it before, was it was on Netflix, and hang on, I just need to leave space for that there, don't I? There. Okay. Which really appealed to sort of like my dark side. The Cabinet of Curiosities. Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities on Netflix. I watched the first 2 episodes yesterday. So I watched Lot 36, which was the perfect episode to sort of draw me in without giving spoilers away. For those who haven't seen it, it's a really sort of dark, there's no heroes in it. Right, there's no heroes in it. The guy that you follow, he's angry, he's sullen, he's rude, he's selfish, and not the sort of person that you want to sort of get behind. And the dark force was really good. I liked how they built it up. I actually would have liked more of that story. But every episode is a self-contained story and all completely different to one another. And so then the second episode was called Graveyard Rats, I think. And it was about people who robbed from bodies in graveyards for their gold teeth. So back in like the Victorian times, for their gold teeth, their jewellery and stuff. And there was this one particular graveyard that is overrun by rats that are stealing the items before the body snatchers can sort of get there. And it's about this one particular body snatcher, played by the guy who, I can't remember his name, I'll have to Google him, but who used to be the cowardly Doctor in Stargate Atlantis. And it was such a good episode. I mean, I like rats anyway, and I loved reading James Herbert's The Rats and Lair and Domain, and so to have this episode on Graveyard Rats was great. I'm going to have to find out the name of that Doctor in Stargate Atlantis and the actor. Stargate Atlantis cast. Rodney McKay. His character's name is Rodney McKay, so it's Dr. McKay. I knew it was something, because in my head I was like, McCoy? McCoy? No, because McCoy was Bones in the original Star Trek. So it's played by David Hewlett. So David Hewlett is in this, leads the episode of Graveyard Rats in Cabinet of Curiosities, Season 1, Episode 2. And I started to watch episode 3, which was called The Autopsy, because that sounded right up my strata. But episode 3 I could not get into at all. I got about halfway through. I was still totally and utterly bored by it, so I've skipped ahead to episode 4, and I haven't, I literally skipped ahead and then pressed pause and left it there. So I still have that one to watch, and whatever comes after that. But if you haven't seen Cabinet of Curiosities, I highly recommend that you watch that if you like dark and twisty things. Then definitely watch it. It was such a nice surprise to find that yesterday. excusez-moi. Where's my... olive green? No, not that one. This one, I think. Is it this one? Some little bits of like hint of algae or green in amongst this rock. And I also need a little bit of, just a little bit of this brown. And then we'll nearly be done. I knew this puffin would be a nice little quick draw. There wasn't really too much detail to add to him, but I thought he was cute. just want to... Right, let's have a look at Mr. Puffin. Let me just zoom out my picture. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with Mr. Puffin. It's done. So there we go. So thank you for joining me today, guys. I know, a bit of a quiet one, bit of a lower vibe, but I wanted to get this finished. So I haven't, with your helpful results from the poll, I will have to decide what I want to do tomorrow, whether to brave it and go for those wolves. I don't know. Do a mixed media piece? I haven't got a clue. I'm just in that sort of in-between sort of state as to I can't quite decide what it needs to be next. But I have the rest of today to think about it. So we shall see. I mean, I have the wolves all drawn out. Right? So I don't know. Anyway, if you have any thoughts, if you have any massively brilliant ideas, then please pop them on the Discord by all means. I promise it won't be another bird. Okay? So it won't be another bird, but it needs to be something. But anyway, thank you for joining me today, guys. Greatly appreciate your company as ever. And I hope you all have a fabulous day, and I will see you here tomorrow morning at 9:30. Okay, thanks very much. Bye.